Welcome, everyone. This is the Great Smoke release number 3. Honest Abe here from Smoking Cigars, along with my cohort, the man we call the GOAT, Alex Tavella. And in our green
just want to
room,
say I did not make that intro video.
Why was
that
it
was
bad?
A hard cut. Even I wasn't ready for that.
It was a hard cut, bro.
No, the intro, hard cut. Yeah, you weren't ready.
It's a new person, and what's funny is I was sharing it, and I looked up and I saw 1 second on the counter. I went, "Holy shit!" In our green room, the ever jovial, lighthearted, enthusiastic, our dear friend, Mr. Steve Saka.
Hello.
Look at that face. Hello.
I'm here.
Hello. Listen, I just want to say something quickly. People, right now, don't watch us. Go buy your product if you have it. Usually when I refresh, it refreshes in chunks of 6 and 8. It's refreshing in chunks of 20 and 30. There won't be any left by the time the show's over.
Ooh.
Go get your stuff now. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Yeah, it's flying.
I think it'll last.
Dude, it's already a whole page.
Just look, Abe.
It's already a whole page.
Every time I refresh it, usually refreshes in chunks of 6 and 8. It's refreshing in chunks of 20 every couple seconds. Yeah, no, if you don't have it, go. Talk to us later.
Oh.
Yeah. What's O? That is the O of a luxury problem, friends and family.
Yeah, I don't see it that fast normally. Holy shit. Holy shite.
Yeah.
You've had some real bangers too. I mean, you had that Opus X, and then you had a great cigar by, I assume, great. I haven't smoked it, but given Pete's history and the type of blends he makes, I have to assume that was a real banger too. So, I mean, you've had two like really solid.
Well, look,
for this TGS.
I'm not gonna lie, and you included, because I bought this up to you a few years ago, because God knows I know you need that kind of time. I really went to people because it was their 20th anniversary. I mean, I'm kind of doing everything over the top this year. I mean, honestly. And I really went to the people that I felt would really not only be excited by the majority of our base and fans and those, involved in the Great Smoke, but that would really kind of do something nice for the 20th anniversary, And, I think even Pete's first, when he did it last time in the digital experience, it was paper. Carlito made us a nice green box, but nothing to the caliber of what he did this year. And even you, I mean, this is probably the most coolest and unique box. I can't show you. Coolest and unique box I've seen. And talk about theme fit. Yeah, you got a picture of it. Talking about being theme fitting. And just so you know, because I made a post, I smoked the first one in Coop's show the other day. Out of this box, only 2 have been given away. That's all I got left. Alex got 1, and Brandy got 1. That's all that's left.
Well, guess what? You have exactly how many I have, because they have still not landed. They've been caught in the winter advisory. So they were supposed to be delivered yesterday. They're supposed to be delivered today. Now they're saying tomorrow. They're actually saying they're going to be delivered at 9:00 tonight, but that isn't happening. So I don't even know why they would. It's not like they're dropping off a package, you know what I mean? It's quite a few MasterCards, so I just don't think that they're aware, but they will be.
Well, I think it's on the invoice. We put it on the ordering page that these would hopefully ship out by the end of next week, which we felt safe to say based on.
Yeah, I think so. Look, they've cleared customs. They made it to Boston. They've tried to schedule delivery now for 2 days in a row. So yeah, short of something really crazy happening off the rails, I can't imagine that we won't see them by tomorrow or the next day, and then of course we'll turn them right around to you. So I think you'll be able to ship them by next week.
Alex, I haven't.
Did you guys get banged up with more snow, Steve?
Awful. We got a huge nor'easter, tons of snow. In fact, I was supposed to be in Nicaragua right now, and my flight got canceled. Not only did they cancel Monday, they canceled Tuesdays too. So. Yeah, it's been a really crappy February. Super cold, super snowy. It's been brutal. It was snowing again today. Luckily, only a couple inches, but just yet. It's not been a pleasant winter. I can tell you that.
Abe, you asked me something?
No, I figured it out. I couldn't figure out how to get it on the Great Smoke page, but I just did.
Yeah, but let me in without a reference ID.
I mean,
I have I didn't want to use somebody else's number, and since I don't have a VIP ticket or I don't have a ticket, I can't actually go and see anything. So
No, the broadcasts are open to everybody.
yeah, the broadcast is, but I was trying to go to the order page.
yeah.
Oh, I won't let you. You don't put your ID in.
You got tickets in your account. Oh, you're afraid they're going to try to get on. You don't want to use their reference.
Well, I don't want to use their numbers in case they just decide they want to try to. You know what I mean?
No, makes sense.
Yeah. So if I use one of their numbers that I have access to, I may be screwing them over.
So I made a post the other day. I don't know if you saw it or acknowledged it.
I ignored it on purpose.
I'm going to bring it up anyway.
Of course you are.
But
I would expect nothing less. So why not? Of course.
It's one of these things. And this is something that you said, that I heard you say when you were still with Drew Estate. It's like, when we work on these projects now, and this is one of these things we try to explain to people. Like, we have more input and stuff at our microblend series than we do these projects, right? I mean, we literally tell sometimes the ones that'll let us what we want. Sometimes we'll go back and we're more involved in the blending process, or we definitely will get to try it before we say, yeah, make a cigar. But these TGUS releases kind of don't work that way with us. We just kind of ask and we just kind of get what we get, and we're not really involved in the process. We actually make it something, what we want. So I would have never asked for this size because I'm not a 60 ring gauge smoker. Right. I probably haven't had a 60 ring gauge cigar in over a decade. Easy. Just not my cup of tea anymore. And I normally wait for this broadcast to smoke my first cigar. I did it for the other ones. I mean, obviously I didn't wait because I had it on the show with Coop. I did about a week ago. And I'm not going to lie, Steve. And I also call it the last cigar I smoked syndrome, where I can't really remember the Wagashi or thermal fish in the top of my head. But all I can remember is I don't remember being this wow when I smoked them. That's the only thing I can really compare it to. Can't really compare the flavor profiles. I got to be smoking them both at a time.
We make a lot of wow cigars.
You do, but I can't remember being this wow. That's why I was actually blown away. I posted that night the cigar. You can see how many I've smoked since last week, minus the one I gave my wife. My wife is not a big fan of a lot of your blends. It's, she thoroughly enjoyed it. And I know because she smoked it to the nub last night. Even when she doesn't want to tell me something, I could see it because it's half in the ashtray. She was pinching this, smoking this to the nub. She was here last night with some friends. I gave it to her. Just try this. And, she actually, the first thing she said to me is, you normally don't smoke cigars at spring age. I said, I know, but I was very impressed. Tried it. She loved it. So, yeah, I'm going to kind of stay on your case on this for a while because I can't imagine you're going to have a use for CIrco De Chaparrito. I don't see that in any future Dunbarton thing. So, yeah, I'm going to push.
Well, let me explain how the size came about. The size was dictated by the name, and the name was dictated by a conversation I had at the last TGS. So when I was at the last TGS, I believe I was sitting with Michael Rimmer and Eli Sarge, right?
Yes.
And I learned that he has some sort of weird phobia of little people, like midgets.
Not weird. It's extreme. He told me a story about him pulling a guy over and he saw the little midget hand come out the window to hand the driver's license. And he said, slow down, have a safe day, and went back to his car.
Right. And I thought he was joking, right? But
wait, I was not aware.
It became very apparent that this is a real problem. On the opposite end of the spectrum, I know another guy that is so into midgets from a perverted point of view, okay, that he actually gets a chubby whenever he sees one. Okay. So Eli is the opposite end of the person who I will not name. Okay. But so, and that, and you had the circus theme, you wanted something circus oriented. And in Nicaragua, we have this crazy circus that is completely comprised of midgets. It's a traveling circus that goes from town to town in Nika, and the entire show is nothing but midgets, dwarves, little people, whatever. And they call it the Circo de Chaparrito, right? The little people, the circus of the little people. And it's a very surreal, like, it's very Hunter S. Thompson kind of affair. Like, I mean, it is so distasteful, so profane, so just unbelievable that it's just delightful, right? I mean, because you're not going to see anything like that in the United States ever again, right? And but it's really, really popular. And so I started thinking, oh, well, if I got to do a circus scene, let me do a Nicaraguan circus thing, and then let me also kind of poke my fork in Eli's eye a little and make a cigar inspired by the Chaparritos. So that's kind of the 5x60, short and wide. That's what they be. So that's kind of what dictated the size, because you're going to call something Circo de Chaparrito. It's got to kind of be the size of Chaparritos.
Well, I don't know if it's
that is fair.
I don't know if it's the bellicoso tip, because it doesn't feel like I got a 60 ring gauge in my mouth.
Yeah, we do a lot of those 109 style heads on our, we did it on the Gorilla Gorda. We do it on the Todos Las Dias double wide. It makes a 60 ring gauge have a far less pornographic feel in the mouth by tapering that head down. It makes it much more comfortable, So for me, it makes it less of a jawbreaker, because you can basically cut it to where it's a 48 ring gauge, a 50 ring gauge, a 54 ring gauge. You kind of cut where you decide you want to cut, and that's what it ends up feeling like in your mouth.
Just want to let you know, Steve, because I know you're always concerned about this shit. There's 20 boxes left.
No way.
Ask the man behind the wheel.
Yeah, don't fuck this up, because I literally only have 4 more boxes.
I don't know if you
the boxes I'm sending you, I don't know if you put it all on the website, but if you put every box up on the website, there is no room for error on this one.
What the fuck do I look like?
Not our rodeo. This is not the first time we've done this.
Yeah,
and I mean, come on. I'm not Abe, but I've been, we've been around a little bit.
Shit.
All right. I just want to make sure, because I can't bail you out on this one.
No, I don't.
This one is just.
Yeah.
We were supposed to make 500 boxes. I wanted to make 525, and ultimately I ended up getting 499. I gave you 495. I'm keeping 4 for myself, and you already have one, so you got one of the other 5. So there's only 4 uncommitted, unclaimed boxes yet.
So this may be the fastest sellout since the digital experience.
No.
Yeah. I don't think any TGS release, even the Fuente one, I mean, granted the price point.
Since the original.
Well, the original ones all sold out like in minutes.
Yeah.
Right. They were instantaneous.
Yeah, because we had 2,000 people waiting online to buy cigars at the same time. You have to have a ticket at this point to even be in the running. And there was no live, so everybody was watching it for virtual, and everybody was clued in on what to do. But none of the releases, even your own, the 400s, didn't sell. And your prior years have only been making 400, I believe, every year.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think it's been 400.
Yeah,
so
every year.
Made a little bit more this year. I mean, the first year it sold out so quick, I made some extra ones. Remember, after the fact,
we did a second run because everybody, you actually offered people a second run. You let us put it up, and they prepaid for it. You made it to order. We gave a window of 2 weeks, and then you made everybody those cigars. They had to have a TGS ticket, but if they missed out or they wanted more, you let everybody order more because it just sold out so ridiculous. But this could be the fastest sellout since 2021.
And I've been very lucky with this. I mean, I think mine have always sold out. I don't think we've ever had.
They've always sold out every year, but sometimes it took 2, 3 days, 4 days. Never like this. Never during.
I think that's been the pattern though. Nothing typically sells out right away. Now that it's the virtual ticket or the virtual and the real-time ticket holders.
No, nothing is sold out. It's always
so much smaller.
Well, because not everybody's watching like the digital experience. We actually turned them on live during the virtual show. So it was a whole different monster. And what people aren't realizing is, especially with the Fuente one, is look, if this was a public offering, it would sell out in minutes.
Right.
right? But it's not a public offering. It's a very selected offering. You have to be part of the TGS experience. You have to have a ticket, and then you have to know. There's still a lot of people who buy a ticket just to come to the event, not even realizing sometimes there's other events or that we're doing limited releases.
If I had to bet, I would bet that's more than 50% of the people.
I'll say it's more than 50% of the people don't realize.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't realize.
But
I agree.
But there's also this too. Keep in mind, there's also, and most of them are local, but there's also another 300 tickets that haven't been sold that are last minute tickets that people buy.
Every year.
Still another in the last 2 weeks. There's like 300 tickets that get sold. It's usually the local people. Their general admission. They know the tickets are there. They're coming. So not everybody even has it. That's coming has the ability to get this because they don't have their ticket yet.
Right.
Which in this case did not.
I mean, this whole concept just this was developed it was developed obviously to sell TGS exclusives for the hardcore, to give them something special. But it was also the way you do it now is to kind of encourage people to buy their tickets in advance, because in the past you would sell 1,000 tickets at the very last minute, right? It made it impossible to play.
That's not how it happened. It ended up being an incentive, but that's not how it happened. I'll tell you exactly what happened. So when we were doing the digital experience, it was so off the hook. I mean, everyone in the manufacturer that came said, I didn't expect this, right? And I got calls from around the industry after the fact, but I knew trying to sell the excitement of what we were going to produce to people who had never seen it or envisioned it was going to be difficult. So to help create excitement for that year that we just did it digitally, I then said, hey, would you please make it something special? Because I went to you, Pete Johnson, Rocky Patel, Perdomo, Terrence Riley. Who am I missing? There was 6 the first year. And Carlito Fuente.
Perdomo, for one, myself, Pete Johnson, and somebody from Monte Cristo, no?
No, Carlito Fuente. It was Carlito, you, Pete, the 3 from this year, and the other 3 was Terrence Riley, Perdomo, and Rocky. That's 6.
Rocky, there you go. Yeah.
So I went to industry heavyweights that I knew would have a following and excitement.
Well, I didn't mean the idea, the concept of doing the TGS exclusives. I mean the concept of changing it to where you do it in advance for the ticket holders.
No, I know what you meant. So I'm going to tell you how it happened. So we when we did the digital experience the first year, we really didn't think at the time that we were ever going to do a virtual one again, right? We were going to do it for 2021 and hopefully go back live by 2022. What happened was we got inundated with emails from people who did it virtually and say, look, I hope that you don't stop doing this virtually, because we live in Montana. We really can't take off of work. We've never got to participate or experience this multi-vendor style event. And it was so amazing to have done it even digitally the first time.
Any event, right. You can't make it any event, right.
So we hope that you continue to do this. Well, fuck that, put me on a fucking spot to try to now figure this out. So we started figuring out, can we do it live and can we do digital? And we kind of solved all the problems except one. And here's where I got to give Alex kudos, because he was the one that came up with the idea. The problem was, okay, so we're going to have virtual broadcast digital. Can we do it? Yeah. Can we do it? How are we going to do it? We talked with the production people.
I already know the problem. How do you deal with the order system while you're busy doing a big live thing?
And not just that,
on the same.
How do we split the inventory? Because I got people ordering at home and people there live, and I don't know what's selling live. So it became very problematic. So that was the one thing that we really couldn't solve. And Alex was in the office and he came up with the idea. He said, hey, listen, why don't we just do the release events prior to the main event? This way, doesn't matter if you're live or virtual. All you have to do is have a ticket, and you can be part and all the inventory can exist in one place, not half inventory be live, half dedicated to virtual or whatever. And it just stays there. And he came up with a solution. That's why we did it that way, where the events are before the main event. And as a side effect, it incentivizes people to have their tickets early and not wait till the last minute.
So what happens to when the TGS exclusive doesn't fully sell out during the pre-sales? Does it go to the TGS to be on their table?
It stays at the TGS store. It stays at the TGS store so they could continually buy it throughout. And then we will bring some at the event. I think last year we sold them in the smoke-in booth, so we didn't have to mess with what you were selling. Sometimes the manufacturer will say, hey, yeah, you got 20 boxes left? Give them to me. I'll sell them in my booth. So, yeah, we'll bring them to the event, and they usually will go, or we'll have them in the store for the people who are here for the Great Smoke, and they'll usually go.
Got it.
But that was the last problem we had to solve to try to attempt to do a live and virtual simultaneous event, and that was a great solution that Alex came up with. So that's how that came about. Alex, has it sold out yet?
There's 7. There's
7 left.
Literally 7. There's 7 that's sitting there.
Sell out as far as
in my shoe.
There's 5. I lied. There's 5 left.
5.
There's 5 left. Yeah, they're out of here.
I don't think I've ever written a description of this.
Who will be the last?
I don't know, Alex. I think you did. You did
Is
right.
there a description on the side?
Yeah, you emailed us when you emailed us all the other information. Alex,
I didn't do this.
I wish I had that description because I can't find it.
I'll tell you what you wrote. Hold on, I got to access the TGS store.
That's why I was trying to get into the TGS store so I could look.
Hold on, which means I got to act as a consumer. I'm pretty sure he's already made his purchase, so it's safe to use his. Up. It's kind of funny what I have to go through to access some areas of my website. There we go. I'm pretty sure he's. Let's see here. Let's see what the description you gave us. All right, my account, Great Smoke tickets. Come on. Well, the site is really slow. All right, access to TGS store here. Okay, so this is the description you gave us.
All right, so just quickly, congratulations, Rob Lou, California. You managed to snag the final 2 boxes of CIrco De Chaparrito. So congratulations. That's it, folks. It's done. Have a good night. See you later. We are all sold out.
So really funny. No, we didn't put a description out. And I was pretty confident you had sent it in an email, but Danny may have jumped the gun.
Guess what? I thought I did too, but I could not find it today.
Maybe I'm wrong. You know, you might have sent me the description. You got a couple projects, which I'll bring up later too, that we're working on. But no, it's details are under wraps, and we'll get it out to you later. And he may have built this before you had sent me the email. I don't know, but it's not on the site. So if you do want to share,
let me say this: if you like that meat Querida, red meat lover genre, you're going to be pretty pleased with this. I mean, it's a Connecticut broadleaf. It's same San Andres Mexicano binder, and then it's a combination of Nicaraguan, Honduran, and Dominican. It's got some C92 Lajero. It's got a little bit of Cofradía Lajero from Honduras. It's a little Ometepe Viso and some Base from Jalapa. So it's a riff on a very common genre that I make. I think though this one,
it's different.
I think the size it tempers it.
Maybe that's what it is, because like I said, I don't smoke a lot of 60 ring gauges, so maybe that's what it is. But I'm finding this different.
I think it's still quite heavy, and it's got a little bit of a, I don't know, kind of a little bit of a sour twang in the finish that you're either going to really, really like, or you're going to be like, no, I don't know if that's for me. I can say that now that you sold them all. But
no, I know that finish too, and I know exactly what you're talking about. It's it's reminding me of something, some food.
Yeah. I mean, it's not an unappealing sourness. It's definitely got
one you'd like.
Yeah, it's got a little twanginess to it that's kind of weird. It almost has like a Sumatran twang to it, like Sumatran wrapper, but it isn't Sumatran. So
it doesn't taste like this, but it's like kind of like a broccoli rabe kind of thing. Like, you know, it's bitter garlic, but you love it. It's so good.
Yeah, broccoli rabe would not be the example I'd use because I hate broccoli rabe.
No, I couldn't come up with something. But I could come. It's reminding me of something like that. I can't pin it.
Right, something that's got a little bit of a bitter edge to it, but yet it's appealing in a weird way.
Yeah,
it's definitely got a very unique flavor. I think people are going to be happy. And well, I mean, I haven't gotten to smoke many since I did production. You've smoked more than I have in recent days, so
I have.
But I mean, the few I have smoked, they've all burned really well. They've all drawn really well. I mean, I get a little bit of a waviness on the burn line. You can see that, but that's just a byproduct of it being a 60 ring gauge. Is never going to be quite as crisp as like a 48. where you get much more even heating, but nothing that's required. I haven't had to correct one yet. So, I mean, it's been pretty good. And I don't know. And I really, when I first did the bands, I was kind of disappointed in them.
No.
I felt like they were a little too skinny. Like I wish I had made it taller. But now seeing it on the cigar, I really, really like the ring, which is good because
So I'm going to tell you something. I think I said this to your face. And, I don't know if you're conscious of this or not. You probably are. But you are the master of taking the sublime or the subtle and elevating it in a way that it looks beyond simple.
Thank you.
Did that come out right, what I'm trying to say?
I mean, if you look at all of my branding, it's relatively simplistic, right? The only thing I have elaborate is the original Sobremesa Vista, and that's stolen, right? It was appropriated from a La Lunda label in 1915. So that was a recreation. I don't even want to. Homage is a little bit of a stretch, to be honest with you. It's pretty much I mean, we had to do it from scratch because, well, obviously those files didn't exist and there was nothing. So we basically redid everything, redrew everything, repainted everything, re-engraved a plate. But yeah, I don't know. When I think about luxury brands, I think saying less is saying more. I don't think you need to be loud in order for something to be luxurious. And when I look at the brands that I like, the brands I like are relatively simple and very clear and straightforward. So I think there's something to be said for less is more when it comes to this type of thing. Let me tell you, and it's not cheap. I mean, when you do a band like this is not. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a big deal, but it's actually quite an expensive ring.
No, I could tell by how you made it. Alex, blow me up for a second. I want to see if I can get it. If my camera is good enough.
What are you trying to do?
I want to show this band because.
Trying to get the band. I mean, it's not.
And then I want to see if I can get it because it is so simple and you can't really make it out. But the medallions, the medals, the circles are just so more defined than you see normally. Because normally it's kind of there, but it was not pressed out great. And even the lettering, this is not making out the lettering, right? But Alex, you can see that lettering, like it's a sexy band.
Yeah. And the thing is, really
and it's simple. There's nothing really special about it.
And I reversed the normal way people would do it because normally people would do the drop shadow in black and then they would do the print in gold. But I actually did the drop shadow in gold and did the black as an overlay on top of the gold, which, it's again, I'm sure there's got to be another band out there that has that on it, but I can't remember seeing one, to be honest with you, that's ever done that kind of reverse. And
you're right, that is what it is because it's graphics.
I mean, it's a little tiny, and you're right. I mean, look, and when you get even if you flip the band over upside down and you look at how deeply embossed the letters are.
Yeah, they're like
so small, the precision. It's really crazy. I mean, a band like this, you can have like zero misregistration. Even the slightest bit of misregistration makes this thing into an abortion. It really does. It's a very technical thing that doesn't.
For people that don't understand registration, it's funny because half my graphic artists have never lived in any era other than digital, so they don't understand what registration means, right? So registration is when you're doing offset printing, which is a very old-fashioned way of printing stuff, but really nothing touches the quality of true offset printing, right? And when Steve's talking about registration, to print this band, it probably went through a press 6 times. Okay.
This one for the printer, on the printer, it went through 1, 2, 3 times.
Well, 6 times was sometimes because
and then you have the emboss, and then
that's a press. So
you have die cut.
Yeah.
So you have on this band here, you have 5 different actions, and the thing is, every one of those separate actions, they all have to line up 100%.
Thanks for my explanation.
Is being done separately, and if it's just a little tiny bit off, the whole thing just looks absolutely horrifically bad. And it's not easy. And I don't know. I noticed
We're not going to handle customer service stuff. If you have a question, just send an email to info@smokein.com. We're not going to stop our broadcast to handle customer service. So please just info the team, and I'm sure they'll be able to answer your question or take care of you. That being said, yeah, so Steve finished explaining my process. So this same piece, so imagine like there's probably a sheet with 50 bands on it. It goes through to print. It goes through to emboss. It goes through to add this color. It goes through to add this color, and then it goes through to cut. And if that paper doesn't enter that press the exact same spot, like especially when it's this small, if it's literally a hair to the left, to the right, up, down, it fucks everything up.
And not only that, and you have the printing press, which is easier to line up, but then you have a totally separate press for the embossing and a totally separate piece of equipment for the die
cutting. Yeah.
Right. Which is jigged entirely differently. So it's again, we don't think about it, but it's a pretty monumental feat. I think legitimately
this is
there might be 2 printers in the world that could make this band.
That's what I was going to say. This is masterclass offset printing here. It really, really is. And most people don't understand the process.
Well, because the reality is it's so much cheaper to do the other, and everybody's gone the other way. And I don't know. I don't know. I like that old world feel that it gives. And the other thing I really like about it, and you don't see it yet, but because this is real gold powder in the bronze, over time, it's actually going to take on a patina to it. It will age. The metal and the gold in the band will actually physically age, and it'll start to darken up a little, and it'll get a little red, and eventually it might even take on some hints of brown and a little hint of green. And I don't know. There's something very, I don't know. It just feels very old world to me, and I really, really like it. And so and I got to give full credit. This is Van Tilburg in the Netherlands. They're the best printer. They just are.
I'm excited, and
impressive.
Hopefully we'll get these out. I know that for anybody who didn't see the post, the second release by Tatuaje was in our warehouse, so those have already shipped and gone out to everybody. I think we got them all almost the same day.
Awesome.
The Fuente one just landed today, and they started shipping them out today. And hopefully this will be here sometime middle of next week, and then next week we'll try to get them all out, hopefully before the weekend's over. And I'm pretty sure. So the sellout rate is one thing, but now we got to see what everybody says. Do they feel like I do about the cigar or not? But pretty sure you might probably gonna have to make these again. So you better call that printer up in Holland and tell them to get the.
Well, here's the funny part. I kind of thought I might, and these bands cost so much when you try to do them for just 5,000 rings. I think I ordered 25,000.
Well, there you go. We're ready to go.
Because I can literally. For the cost of 25,000 bands,
stars align.
I can literally throw away 15,000 of them, and it's still cheaper than if I had them only print 5,000 of them. Because it's all the setup, right? Now, where we have a problem is the box.
Well, we could change the box. We want the cigars. I mean, this is beautiful as a 20th anniversary collector piece, right? You got. I mean, this is. If anybody throws this out, I'll be sad. This is a cool box. It's definitely going in my museum, in my office. Keeping this box. This is badass, but we got the box. Now let's get the cigars. So yeah, we could change this and make it.
Because keep that in mind, folks. Before you smoke them, don't throw your box away. That may be your dress box.
Yeah, if this comes out again, I'll tell you what. I'm pretty sure because if there's fights I know I can win. If this comes out again, it's not going to be in this box. But now that I know Steve has incentive and bands. I
have tobacco. I mean, that's let's see what people think of it. But yeah, the box is the only choking point.
So now I'm just gonna put this out there real quick because we don't want to be on here forever. So if you get these cigars and you really do like them and you think it's something that you want more of, make sure you all send Steve a PM.
Yeah,
send him a PM. Because he's going to need to know that because, that way I'll have to do less work convincing him to make me more. So, yeah. Now, while I got you on, I will like to tease something for the first time.
Okay. What's that?
I actually snuck an ad in this book. I figured it'll surprise people, but you know just as well as I do, Steve, that the majority of the people aren't going to watch this broadcast. The hardcore people do, but I did sneak an ad in here. Oh, here's the Dunbarton page. By the way, the book came out super sexy this year. So here's the Dunbarton page with the Dunbarton ad, and there's a little ad right there. It says, coming this summer, Smoke In exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
And there she is.
Yeah, those cigars are 100% done waiting on boxes. Yeah.
Alex, you didn't know I had this.
Does it have the right bands on it?
I will tell you. Yes, because I saw them and I liked them. Now, what I did find annoying is you nailed this box down.
I know. I did it on purpose.
Fuck. I hate that.
Yeah, man. We used to all have to have. Remember when we used to have cigar box jacks?
Yes.
Yeah. I was trying to economize, man. Nails are cheaper than clasps.
This is actually a cool band. So this is the first of the TGS releases that Steve ever made, the EX38. It was for the 2021 digital experience. And once again, simplicity, blow me up a little bit, Alex. Simplicity. But this is not going to be a drop. So we just want to let people know. And what I really love is, so yeah, the DTX38, and here's, look at the back. I love that symbol. That's the symbol of the experimental series.
Yeah, so basically all the cigars will have that band on it. It'll just be the text will change on it. Simple box, simple band design, something to make it pragmatic. So we have a lot of them that do. We have what? We have the 127. We have.
They're all not going to come out at the same time.
You want to do like one a year, right?
Yeah, we're going to space them out, release them, but these aren't going to be drops. I want these as something that we have in the store all the time. So we'll have like a regular production schedule with Steve. Hopefully, if I don't fuck it up, we won't run out of cigars and be waiting for the next shipment. And we'll have these on a regular basis because some of the EX series also have been some of my favorite cigars. So that is a little surprise that you people here watching and joining us tonight are the first people to see it and hear about it. Here he goes. This is probably the only box in the country right now.
That is the only box in the country.
You like that? And I'm going to tell you something, because you forget, this cigar originally was released 5 years ago, 5 years ago. I like this size. This is the size I normally smoke. Not nowhere near the Chaparrito size, but this.
What is that? The 38? Is that the original?
Yes.
Here's what I don't know. I'd have to ask Anna. I don't know if those are real cigars in the box.
Oh, I didn't smoke one yet, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Or whether that was box just put together for
photography.
Or for photography.
Well, let me know before I smoke one.
Yeah, I'll ask her. If she'll even remember. Look, we got so much stuff going on right now. It's really, really hard to keep track of stuff like that. But I was just trying to, we were trying to get the box done and trying to, again, even a simple box like that, we had to make it 4 times.
No, Gary, this will be online in the stores everywhere. It's going to be a regular offering from Smoke In. It's not going to be in the rare and vintage room. The EX 120 number 128s, because it was a different size in the release, that we did have in the rare and vintage room are sold out. They are gone. We don't have any sticks anywhere.
Yeah, I think those were 127s. In fact, I think that was the one that is the next DTT EX release was the 127.
Yeah, 127. So these will just be
on. Do we want to do a new size or the original size?
I like to stick to the original size.
Yeah, I can't even remember. I'd have to go back to my notes and see what that is.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can even find that. Lord knows I have it. I just don't know.
Yeah, man. Alex, are you enjoying this? I'm telling you, the smoke that's coming out of it, maybe because it's a 60 Ranger.
I am. And it's funny because it's like I said, too, because I don't know why, but my brain keeps seeing the band and says tricky tracker, but it's not a tricky tracker. But my brain I look at the band before I smoked. I said tricky tracker, but it's not. It is not at all. Yeah.
Wow.
Where is this? 153.
Plus, I was a fan of the Todos in this size, and I don't usually smoke this size.
I don't usually smoke that size at all, too.
Huh. I don't know what that is. I need access to my desktop at work. Oh, there it is. So originally it was a 5 5/8 by 50 semi-prensado.
Which one are you talking about? The 127?
Yeah, the 127. Original size was 5 5/8 by 50. And then I don't know, what was the second batch we made? Do you even know? Top of your head?
Second batch was 78.
It was like a 6 by something.
Oh, size, I can't remember.
Yeah, me either.
38, 78, 127, 56.
Yeah.
What was it?
38, the number were 38, 78, 127, and then 56 was the last one.
No, not 56. I remember 50. I remember blend 56. It sucked. So it couldn't have been it. 38, 78, 127, 153.
153.
And then we had an L28.
Yeah, I know you went backwards one year. You were going up in numbers, and then one year you went backwards.
Yeah, I went back to a previous experimental one.
7.
1.5. It was 153.
Am I off? Am I crazy?
It's 153.
153. 153. 153. That's right. It was the one.
And let me see. Were they all smaller formats? The L20 wasn't. That was a 6 by 52.
Yeah, you had one like nice size Toro format.
Yeah. But most of these are the 78
All right.
is a
127, 153. I got them.
You got the sizes.
127, 153, 38, and 78. And I got the sizes too. Let's see. What size were we asking about?
I just run through them.
Abe?
All of them.
I have
Let's
it.
see, 120.
Dude, okay, do them in the order.
127.
Yeah. He's not listening.
What was the first one? 38?
38.
I'm listening. 38 was I had a 5 by 46.
5 by 46 Perea with a pigtail, 10 count bundle.
That's it.
Ecuador Habano Sungrown H2000. It was Nicaraguan, primarily Jalapa and Pueblo Nuevo, and then it had a little bit of Costa Rican in it.
Yep.
And then this EX78 was a 6 by 50, and that had the rosette pigtail on it. And that was the one with the experimental. If I remember right, that's the one that had the experimental wrapper on it. If I remember correctly. Nope. Let me see. Yes, that was the experimental wrapper from the year 2020 pilot crop. And then what do we have? 127 was a Habano wrapper, and that was 5 5/8 by 50. And then the 153 was a 5 5/8 by 48. Again, Spiral Calita Proeo. That had the first generation of the Cultivo Tanto hybrid on it. So, and that also had the second growth Habanesis in it with the Angelica Criollo. So the 153 had a lot of like really weird stuff in it. You know what? I'm glad I'm looking at this.
Plan ahead.
Then you got the L28.
I have time, but
The L28.
That one, and then the L28 was a 6 by 52, and it was it had that vintage 2015 wrapper on it. It was way too fragile. Thank God I'll never use that again. But it had the vintage, the 10-year wrapper, and it wasn't as bad as those original Partagas 150s, but I still too much splitting for me on that one. That one, I love the taste of it, but man, the wrapper is just a little too tender. I mean, not everybody had that experience, but I know some people definitely did because I had that experience on some of the cigars I smoked. So that one, obviously, we won't be able to recreate exactly. We'll have to use a much more current crop because, well, I don't have any of that 2015 tobacco anymore.
I mean, we are over 45 minutes in this broadcast, and I still got almost half the cigar left.
Yeah, smoke's pretty cool. I lit mine about 15 minutes before the show started. So
I literally lit mine out right after the show started.
Yeah. I hope now that they're all sold, I hope people are happy with them. I think they will be. I can't imagine if you're a Dunbarton person, this should definitely be in the wheelhouse. It's not like the 10th Jubilee. The 10th Jubilee is just a field kind of cigar. Like there's no relation to anything else in the portfolio that tastes like it. So that one's going to be a bit of a crapshoot as to how people are going to feel about it. This one, if you're a Dunbarton smoker, I can't imagine that you won't find this pleasing.
I find it over the top pleasing. I'm not gonna lie. And like I said, it could be that I have the syndrome I call the last cigar you smoke syndrome, right? It's you love it. It's the last one you smoked, and it just makes you think it's amazing. But you know, I've had a few of them now, and it hasn't dissipated. Every time I smoke, I'm like, God dang, this is a good cigar.
You know, cigar you ought to try if you like that one. I think I mentioned this to you. You should try that new Mi Querida Gorilla Gordo.
I didn't because of the size.
Yeah, but it also has the bullet head on it.
Because of the size. Now I probably will visit it.
I mean, give that a whirl. I mean, it's an inch longer. The blend's a little different, but I mean, again, I think it's in the wheelhouse. Look, we sell a lot of those brulee Gordos too. We have a 60 ring gauge in brulee, and it's wildly popular. So you know, it's and again, I think it's the shape of the head. It just makes it more palatable for people.
I agree. I do agree. Well, Steve, we know you haven't been drinking, so you know.
No, I haven't.
You haven't. So
I have a lot of work to do, and I can't.
Me too.
I can't have a midweek slowdown right now.
Just so everybody knows, I'm in my pajamas. Literally, I'm wearing my pajamas. Because I will be here all night. Well, you know, we have Alex and I had. I'm wearing my pajamas. Yeah, I got to be here all night. This. Let me tell you something. Looking at this has been causing me PSD. This is the outline timeline for the broadcast, and I'm going to tell you something. As much as I love the gray smoke, I am so happy as fuck that this is the last year I have to do this. I literally got traumatic stress looking at this when I opened up the file. I've been sitting.
Why is this the last year?
Well, we're changing how we're doing the virtual broadcast. It's not going to be this tens of thousands of dollars setup anymore because it's gone up every year, like dramatically. And virtual tickets is going down every year because somebody sees it and says, fuck, I got to go to this next year. And everybody's more and more trying to come. So we're going to change how we do this because this big, like, super professional production setup, it just can't justify anymore. We're still going to have virtual. It's going to be a whole different layout, much more freestyle, you know, live streaming, and this minute-to-minute live production. Like, this is to the second. Every minute is accounted for. The whole broadcast, 78 segments in this.
Because the production crew needs all that information.
Yeah, the director needs it. The graphics people need it.
You're not going to know what to do next year.
Bro, I'm already excited to do next year. I don't even give a fuck what we do because I just don't have to do this
again. You're not going to know what to fucking do. Yeah, you're second to second every year with this.
And let me tell you something. You know, I have been busy. I really have. But this is, I have taped to my wall here, right? These are all the deadlines I have to make for TGS, all right? And everything is done except one item, and the due date was February 14th. It's February 25th. Normally, by this time, I would have pulled an all-nighter. The first time I did this, I think Alex could attest, I sat in here 37 hours straight till I got it done, right? And I think I just don't want to do it. I've been putting it off. That's how much stress it causes me. I started last night, and I was here till about 1 a.m, and then my wife came to hang out with some of her friends, and then they came into my office. And this is one of those things, is like, once you start it, you can't have anybody talk to you.
Right.
Because once they talk to you, they fuck up your whole thought process, whatever, and they fucked it up for me. So I went home like at fucking 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning last night. And then I said, tonight after this broadcast, I'm locking the door. Because when I'm locked in here at night, nobody's barging. All day, hundreds of people come in my office.
That's why I work so much at night.
Yeah, nobody's coming in. The guys on the floor don't even know I'm here. Like, I'll walk out to go to the bathroom. Like, whoa, when the fuck did you get here? I'm like, I'm here all night. So I'm gonna stick on this, and by morning this will be behind me. I just gotta bite the bullet.
I'm assuming that little bit of garb I'm seeing behind you is your outfit for the big day. Is that what that is?
I'll have that on at some point.
Yeah, we need a preview of that.
I'll have that. That's your preview. You just got your preview. I'll have that on at some point.
Where do you get something like that? I don't even know. Like, let's not go to Men's Warehouse and go, hey, do you have the
Let me just tell you something. The benefit is
Ringmaster jacket. Where's the Ringmaster section?
I can actually fit in some of that shit now. Before I didn't have options.
Oh my god, I can't even believe that thing.
I can actually fit in this shit. So yeah, that is a little preview of something I'm not going to wear it all day, but I will don it.
You'll sweat to death in that thing.
I'll don it at some point. It's actually not as heavy as it looks.
Oh really?
No, it's not as heavy as it looks.
It all looks like it's made out of crushed velvet, for God's sake.
No, it's not as heavy as it looks. I mean, it's not light by any means, but looking at it, you think it's like, really, really heavy.
How long are those tails? Do they drip down too?
Yep, all the way in the back, low tails.
Oh my god.
All the way in the back.
Nice.
So, I've had it hung up here for every broadcast just to see.
Is that a rental, or is that something that's yours for life? No,
we bought it.
Oh, you're gonna have to like share that with people so they can wear it and take selfies in it.
I probably will. I'll bring it out and just you know what? When I'm done wearing it for whatever period I wear it, I'm just gonna bring it out and hand it to consumers. And wear it for a little bit and pass it around. Just to see where it goes throughout the event, who wears it at what point.
Yeah, bask in my Abe sweat. Here you go.
In fact, I should put. You know what's interesting, and you probably experienced it yourself. I used to sweat sitting down. I barely sweat anymore unless I'm working out or, doing something. I don't break. My wife used to carry a towel just so she would.
I still sweat terrible, but not as bad.
I don't, Steve. That's one of the best things since losing the weight. So, Well, Joel, we praying for you, my friend, and we wish you the best of luck there, pal.
Yeah.
And we will definitely see you next year. So, so I might do a contest. Maybe post a picture wearing the thing, and maybe I'll do a contest. I'll come up with something.
Yeah.
I'll take it off on stage. I'll throw it in the crowd, and I'll say, take a photo, post it, talk about your GC experience. Pass it on.
A certain someone doesn't get it because it'll end up on eBay.
Yeah, we already there. Well, would it be this person, somebody? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Well, you got work. I got work. And my man's had a long day. He's been with me since 10:30 this morning, basically.
Well, hey, I just want to give a shout out and say thank you to everybody that supports Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. It's really quite amazing that we managed to sell this stuff out
fast, Steve.
Pretty much the first half hour or so, a little bit.
500 boxes fast. So I think this is going to be a winner. So I'm going to give it till after the Great Smoke, and then I'll start pecking on you a little bit. But
all right, man.
I appreciate it. Once again, everybody, this has been the last of our 3 TGS releases. So I'm pretty much going to go silent on the radar here, probably until the Great Smoke week. But we really want to thank you all for joining us. Thank you to everybody who's not only just participated in the Great Smoke, but I know some of you and most of you have now supported all these TGS releases. I really stressed upon every manufacturer to try to make something very special this year. And I am wholeheartedly thankful because I really, really believe in now that I've smoked all 3 of them. They all went above and beyond. And hopefully that'll translate to you when you guys get your cigars and you enjoy them as much as we have. So thank you for joining us. KMA is back this week. It's the not best of episode. So we're back after a little hiatus. We're back this week. So catch us Saturday morning. Join us for a cigar. And it's the best way to start your Saturday. Until then, everybody, keep it lit. Peace.